The little-known tale of Winnie the Pooh and April 19th, 1775. Chapter 1. Crossing the Ocean. Enticed by the promise of daily rations of honey-based mead, Winnie the Pooh, Eeyore, Tigger, and Piglet joined the British Army in 1773. Following the Boston Tea Party on the 16th of December 1773, the four were deployed with His Majesty's troops to the province of Massachusetts Bay to reinforce the 10th Regiment of Foot. The Atlantic crossing was difficult, their fleet caught in storms and blown off course. Rations ran low and fellow soldiers began eyeing Piglet in a curious manner. For Piglet's safety, the lieutenant ordered Piglet to the crow's nest where Piglet's cry of "Land ho!" resolved the concerning situation. They landed in Boston on the 2nd of May 1774 and joined British soldiers under command of Massachusetts Military Governor Thomas Gage. Chapter 2. The Scouting Mission. Over the next year, Pooh and friends drilled daily with their regiment. Pooh found the long marches a good addition to his stoutness exercises. Pooh's dedication and Tigger's enthusiasm quickly earned them the trust and respect of their officers, and they were selected to go on scouting missions through the countryside. On one of these expeditions in March of 1775, Pooh and Tigger came to Barrett's farm in Concord, where they were warmly greeted by Colonel James Barrett's wife, Rebekah. Rebekah served Pooh and Tigger bowls of sweet honey and gave them a tour of her honey storeroom and multiple beehives on the farm. Pooh happily returned to camp in Boston, copiously praising the wonderful stockpile at Barrett's farm. Chapter 3. The Order is Given. Based on Pooh's story, word spread and expanded of the supplies being stockpiled at Barrett's farm, at last reaching the desk of Governor Thomas Gage. A target was identified. On the 18th of March, 1775, Governor Gage ordered Lieutenant Colonel Smith of the 10th Regiment of Foot to march with the utmost expedition and secrecy to Concord, where you will seize and destroy all stores whatsoever. As the 10th Regiment of Foot and others began assembling in the dark, Pooh, Tigger, Eeyore, and Piglet hastily met. "What have I done?" Pooh asked. "Did I accidentally send the King's army to Concord? We must do something." The four friends agreed. "We must warn Mrs. Barrett and our friends in Concord." Chapter 4. The Midnight Ride. Listen, my children, and you shall hear of the midnight ride of Piglet and Eeyore. Heaved up by Pooh and Tigger, Piglet got on the back of Eeyore. As the 10th Regiment of Foot assembled with Lieutenant Colonel Smith's column, Eeyore donkey-paddled across the Charles River. "Hang on, Piglet," he shouted. Meanwhile, back in the mobilizing camp, Pooh and Tigger quickly fell into line with their fellow soldiers in the 10th and made excuses for Piglet's and Eeyore's absence, citing Piglet's small bladder, and Eeyore's looking for his tail again. Eeyore and Piglet reached the Cambridge shore just as the King's troops launched their boats. Off they galloped, heading to Concord town, Piglet shouting, "Awake, awake, the regulars are coming out." Chapter 5. Stopped in Lexington. Arriving in Lexington near midnight, Eeyore was suddenly stopped in his hooves by 3 horsemen. "Halt! Who goes there?" shouted one of the unknown riders in the dark. "It's me, Piglet," squeaked Piglet. "We must get to Concord with an important message. The regulars are coming out." "But you are dressed in His Majesty's uniforms," stated another of the shadowy riders. Judging that the breathless donkey and friendly pig must indeed be well-intentioned, the horsemen advised Eeyore and Piglet to shed their uniforms and passed their own hats to them so no other colonists would stop them. "Good speed, friends," said one of the riders. "Should you be stopped by colonists, tell them you are friends of Paul, William, and Samuel." And away rode Eeyore and Piglet, onward to Concord town. Chapter 6. Drama in Concord. Near 4 a.m. Eeyore and Piglet rode over Concord's North Bridge and onward to Barrett's farm, where they warned Mrs. Barrett to make haste and hide the honey. Exhausted, Eeyore fell to the ground in a deep slumber. Piglet and Rebekah covered him in hay to be warm, and then worked together to move items from the house. "These barrels are very heavy for honey," thought Piglet as he helped roll barrels from the house to the woods. Miles behind them, Lieutenant Colonel Smith's column was marching towards Lexington. By 9 a.m., the British column had reached Concord Center. The day's drama and confusion began to unfold. Pooh and Tigger got separated from their regiment and ended up leading the bucket brigade of British soldiers trying to extinguish the town house fire. Chapter 7. Aftermath. Following the battles of Lexington and Concord, Pooh, Tigger, Piglet, and Eeyore returned to Boston with their regiment. Understanding only the concept of love and friendship, the four friends continued to be kind to everyone and carried on their mission of spreading peace however they could. In 1777, the four friends were sent home to England when relief troops arrived to take their place. They returned to their home in the 100-acre wood where, it is said, a grateful Mrs. Barrett was able to send them a hive of her best bees as a thank you for their friendship. Although it is not documented anywhere, it is believed the bees you see in E. H. Shepard's illustrations in the Winnie the Pooh series depict bees descended from Rebekah Barrett's Concord bees. And that is the tale of Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Piglet and Eeyore, and their involvement on that fateful 19th of April, 1775. This story was shared with you by Barrow Bookstore of Concord, Massachusetts. While you may not find this story in any book on the shelf, you will find true tales from April 19th in Concord history and authors waiting for you in Barrow Bookstore or online at www.barrowbookstore.com.